Plant adaptogens are recognized for their potential to support harmony of the body and influencing non-specific resilience when the body undergoes a form of stress. We explore the term adaptogen and what the adaptogenic property of plants suggests from a holistic overview. Before we delve in deeper, some familiar names in plant adaptogens include ashwagandha, Tinospora cordifolia, giloy, golden root, ginseng, asparagus racemosus shatavari, asphaltum punjabinum, shilajit, etc. Several ancient and holistic sciences offer vast references to the adaptogenic uses of plants and continue to work with plant adaptogens due to their therapeutic properties in support of physical, mental, and energy well-being according to individual requirements, such as Ayurveda. Adaptogenic properties are essentially a result of synergistic actions of plant phytoconstituents, such as with analydes in ashwagandha. They may be derived from whole plants, parts of plants, plant extracts, and other herbal combinations. Today, adaptogens are more widely recognized, stemming from the ancient sciences and now not just limited to select requirements such as modern-day sports nutrition for high-performance athletes. For instance, we've heard of the adaptogens, ashwagandha, tulsi holy basil, ginseng, as well as others in therapeutic approaches. This is partially due to the synergistic biobehaviors of particular plant components. They have the potential to influence the body to adapt to stress and promote resilience. Helpful in recovery plans as well as for other purposes in holistic nutrition. But this does not suggest that they're suitable for everyone. We'll elaborate on this in more detail as we move further into this segment. In previous videos, we explored two known adaptogens, ashwagandha and rhodiola rosea, golden root, known for their balancing actions on stress, fatigue, and inflammation. We now delve deeper into the broader biobehavior of plant adaptogens to understand them better. We explore this from a holistic overview, aiming to deepen our understanding within a suitability framework. Contrary to the one-size-fits-all approach, the efficacy of plant adaptogens are intricately connected to suitability and method. To elaborate, efficacy refers to the capability of an intervention to achieve the desired outcome under optimal conditions. This indicates that the potential therapeutic properties of a plant are just one piece of a larger puzzle. Other crucial factors include an individual's overall health status, the methods of application, duration of treatment, dietary considerations, and more. Additionally, to illustrate the potential of adaptogens, we can refer to contemporary research such as that by Panossian et al. 2020, which highlights how the ancient holistic use of plant adaptogens provides a basis for modern context. They suggest that, during the past decades, many molecules, signaling pathways, and networks targeted by adaptogens have been identified, including stress hormones and other important mediators of homeostasis regulation, such as cortisol, nitric oxide, dopamine, signaling pathway, etc. Further, stating that adaptogens mainly work through metabolic regulation by promoting extracellular communication of hormones in the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal (HPA) axis and activating intracellular adaptive stress response pathways. In other words, they work by affecting important natural chemical markers in the body, like stress hormones, to improve communication between different parts of our stress response system and induce internal balance. Next, to define adaptogens. An adaptogen is a term given to therapeutic behavior of a plant, either its combination or singular components, known as phytochemical properties. Adaptogens are natural substances found in plant parts and plant extracts. In essence, the term adaptogen or adaptogenic is associated with the potential of particular compounds in plants that may help the body's response to physical, emotional, or environmental challenges or stresses. Research across the board now suggests that adaptogens induce non-specific resistance to stresses by influencing adaptability within the body. Due to their default biomechanisms, they may influence normalization and regulation of the systems of the body in relation to internal stressors. Another word for this is internal homeostasis, which means helping to maintain a stable internal environment despite external and internal stressors. Nonspecific resistance refers to the body's innate immune mechanisms that provide general protection against a wide range of pathogens. Adaptogens enhance this resistance by reducing stress, which can improve immune function and the activity of natural killer NK cells. They support the body's ability to balance physiological responses, promote inflammation regulation, and boost overall immune resilience. By enhancing these aspects, adaptogens may play a valuable role in strengthening non-specific resistance and helping the body effectively respond to various stressors. Similarly, adaptogens are considered metabolic regulators, which, although interdependent with gut metabolism, is different. Metabolic regulation is closely related to the metabolic processes of cells and has a wider influence throughout the body. It involves the coordination of various biochemical pathways that manage how cells convert nutrients into energy and build or break down molecules. This regulation affects not only individual cells, but also contributes to overall homeostasis, impacting systems like hormonal balance, energy levels, and even responses to environmental changes. Both are interconnected and together contribute to overall metabolic health. So how is this relevant to everyday life? Depending individual suitability and requirements, adaptogens are used in holistics for physiological improvement and holistic stress management. They form part of a wider and methodical regime, typically subject to suitability, duration, and monitoring. They can be especially helpful in energy, strength, stamina, and internal stress regulation. Next, we consider the nature of stress and what it means in physiology. Firstly, a stress response is a natural built-in phenomenon of the body. It is an important part of our defense mechanism and may also support constructive growth if worked with methodically. Think about a healthy dose of energizing exercise. The body encounters stress during training to meet its demands and for some time after training, but eventually regains internal homeostasis and often leads to healthy growth, such as body improvements. What's important to recognize here is that recovery diets, foods, and liquids can substantially influence the stress response. Holistically, stress is defined as the body's response to any demand or challenge, resulting in a combination of physical, emotional, and behavioral reactions. It involves activation of the nervous system and hormonal changes, particularly the release of cortisol. Although our body is naturally equipped to mitigate stress demands, yet chronic long-term stress can be counterproductive as the body has to deal with a regular dose of overstimulated stress-related hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline, and this unnatural frequency may disrupt the natural internal balance of the body. Although stress hormones are natural components of the body, their constructive role depends on them maintaining a proper balance. So, in chronic stress, the body, which strives to maintain a delicate balance across all its functions and systems, often grapples with an overload of stress hormones, frequently. It is recognized across the board that chronic long-term unmanaged stress is related to chronic issues such as weight gain or loss, poor blood sugar balance, gut imbalances, anxiety, fluctuating moods, and other physiological concerns. Stress can be induced by physical, environmental, or emotional factors. For instance, the example of sports athletes that consistently undergo strenuous training, recovery techniques are an essential side of the whole picture. Overall, stress refers to the body's response mechanism to various stressors, particularly the activation of the fight or flight response associated with the sympathetic nervous system. This response can become chronic under prolonged stress conditions. The vagus nerve plays a crucial role in maintaining the balance of the nervous system by counteracting this activation through the parasympathetic nervous system, which promotes recovery. Similarly, it's important to recognize that there is a distinction between beneficial stress and chronic stress. Not all stress is detrimental. In fact, it can be harnessed in a constructive manner to promote personal growth. A significant aspect of holistic practices focuses on natural stress recovery, guiding us toward improvement each day. Stress or states of stress can be effectively managed to restore a sense of equilibrium. Holistics suggest the principle of gradual sustainable shifts means that effective change should be implemented through small, manageable adjustments over time, considering the whole system to ensure lasting improvements. In terms of plant adaptogens, they are rarely applied in isolation. They form a part of a comprehensive analysis for optimal suitability and working with underlying causes as part of an integrated regime, which may involve lifestyle adaptations, purposeful recovery, step-by-step physiological improvement. In this way, they can substantially make a difference. Thirdly, as modern science continues to explore ancient understanding towards the properties and efficacy of plants, holistics continue to maintain a long-standing relationship in natural well-being. The properties in plant adaptogens are vast and often complex. For instance, they demonstrate indirect neuroprotective, cardioprotective properties, as well as several other therapeutic areas. Referring back to Panossian et al. 2020, they suggest that adaptogens have a high value in areas such as potential in recovery process after exhaustive physical load, increased performance in stress, increased DNA protein synthesis, no energy depletion when compared to stimulants such as caffeine, etc., including no addiction potential and side effects as rare. Additionally, understanding the differences between natural and synthetic adaptogens is important. While synthetics may work faster, natural adaptogens provide holistic benefits, working with the body and reporting fewer side effects. For example, when comparing natural adaptogens to conventional stimulants, Panossian et al. 2020 suggests that the main difference between adaptogens and conventional stimulants, such as caffeine and amphetamine, is that after prolonged use, the latter can cause the user to develop both tolerance and addiction. Further, the prophylactic use of adaptogens seems to be justified in healthy subjects for preventing aging-related conditions and to attenuate stress-induced harmful effects. To elaborate in natural therapeutics, prophylactic refers to natural measures aimed at preventing physiological issues, including natural plant therapeutics, dietary changes, and lifestyle practices. Lastly, here are some natural plant adaptogens that are recognized in a broader context. 1. Ashwagandha, Withania somnifera. It is considered an adaptogen due to its potential influence on adrenal balance, anxiety, and energy levels. It is an ancient root with substantial use in Ayurveda. 2. Giloy, Tinospora cordifolia. Its potential includes modulating stress by regulating cortisol levels in the body, which can reduce anxiety and promote emotional balance. A potent immunity booster, significantly used in Ayurveda. 3. Moringa, Moringa oleifera. Rich in nutrients and antioxidants, it supports energy, immunity, and mental clarity, used in several holistic plans, also called miracle tree. As can be seen, the mechanisms through which plants exhibit adaptogenic properties are extensive. Within the realm of holistics, various types of adaptogens have been identified. Often, the synergy created by combining different adaptogens can amplify their individual effects, but with suitability at the forefront. Adaptogens are generally incorporated as part of a broader, multifaceted approach, and their bioefficiency is interdependent with method. Subject to individual suitability and individual health status.